Man, that intro is so fresh, so fresh. What's good, Wichita? It's your man LT behind the mic, and we here for another episode of Vibe Wichita, our entrepreneur edition. All right, today we got a special guest, Mr. Marcus Tuggles. How you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I can't complain.
All right. So we gonna jump right into it, Mr. Mute Haters. Talk about that, man. That's where I know you from. Mute Haters. Everybody in the town. Yeah. Marcus Mute Haters Tuggle. How did that come about, man?
Man, I actually started it was about 2011, 2012. I was in Coffeyville. I went to Coffeyville Community College. I was playing football. And, we went down there with our little clique, the Wichita boys. Me and a couple other boys, Grill, my best friend Aaron, and, Michi. And we just, we had to stick together. We had a lot of guys that was like from out of state. It's probably like 50 guys, the out of state, in state rule thing.
Right,
but the thing is, though, we just stuck together. And I use Mute Haters as a word to motivate me every day. I wasn't the best man out there coming from Wichita, but, I had to go through trials and tribulations and things like that. And, I didn't like school neither. So, that was a huge thing for me, just waking up and having to go to school. I was like, God dang, So it was just a word that we used, and I put on some shirts, and we wore it. And when we went to practice, everybody was like, dang, dog, like, where y'all get that from? And I was like, dog, I make this up the street. he's like, well, how about you go make some more? And we just all start rocking it. So I was like, cool. Like, at the time, I was selling the shirts probably like $7, bro, because we in the we in the dorms. We just trying to get a little money running McDonald's or Walmart or whatever that was at the time.
Yeah, so, college kids need spending change.
Exactly. So that's all I did at the time, man. But I just took it and ran with it, man. I just believed in it ever since. I knew it was me because I was like, man, I know I got to go harder than everybody else. When you don't have the natural talent that other people have, you gotta work harder than them. So I knew at that time I had to work harder than everybody else, and I just used that Mute Haters word to really just get me going, man, and always give me that motivation to just go, Can't nobody stop me if I motivate myself.
So it has a deeper meaning. It's more than just, it's more than just a name for your clothing line.
Oh, man, most definitely, man. And I say, man, it's not, like every time people ask me, I don't say it's just me, because everybody else go through trials and tribulations too, man. And they go through people doubting them and people saying they can't do this or just self-confidence. A lot of people don't have self-confidence. You got to build it within yourself. So, that was something that I took that self-confidence and built that within myself, and it created me to be who I am today. And it's actually probably been the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
I said we was going to jump in. I didn't know you were going to jump in head first. Like,
oh, man. I just want to give you the real. I ain't going to give you nothing fake.
No holds barred. They ain't hold back at all. I like that. But so Mute Haters, so you tell me it's about, motivation, self-motivation. I like that. So it sounds like you had some haters. Yeah,
man, I definitely did, man. Like I said, this is what happened. I started out, when I went to Coffee, I played receiver. Mm-hmm. And I really didn't like receiver because, like, I wouldn't say I was scared of people that was at the other position, but I seen people from out of state like, all right, man, like, dude raw. Dude raw. I mean, I was up there with Deron Carter, Chris Carter's son, legend from the Vikings, and, my boy Quentin Patton, he play in the league now today. Like, everybody I went against play in the league today.
Yeah, and, so it's right. Like, and fun fact, Deron Carter signed to Bama out of high school, so he the real deal.
Exactly. So I had to find something. I'm like, man, these dudes are naturally good, so I had to find something to keep me going. So why not use that Mute Haters term to keep me going? And it kept my boys going. We all from Wichita, we was sticking together. There's times we fighting in community college, dog.
Right.
I mean, y'all know how that is. Man. So it's like that stuff really kept me going. I moved to safety eventually. I had a great spring game at safety. That was probably the best position I have played in my life. I had so much fun at it because you get to just hit people.
You see the whole. I played safety. I was a little guy, but I played safety. You see the whole field.
Man,
you kind of like the quarterback. Kind of quarterback of the defense.
Man, I still got my spring game film at the house.
There you go.
Still.
That's
but yeah, it was a blessing.
So it sounds like, before that, had you ever considered, being an entrepreneur or endeavors?
Nah, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I didn't. After high school, I loved basketball. I went to Northwest, graduated, and my basketball coach loved me. I used to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning before school to go work out with my coach, every day. me and my buddy Anthony Dumas and my brother D-Mac, my brother Aaron, my brother Darius, like, we got up 5 o'clock in the morning. We going to work out before school, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
that's real.
But our coach stayed on us, though. But it was, my problem was I had a horrible attitude. You know, I've made the team every year, but the thing about it is, bro, like, more than half the time, I didn't even make it to the first game. My sophomore year, I went ineligible for the second semester. And my coach was like, man, like, my coach became a father figure to me. It was more than basketball. Like, he used to keep me after school talking about, dog, you gonna graduate.
Man.
You gonna graduate. We just gonna close the door and throw him. And I'm like, dog, like, you ain't even my pops to be talking like that.
Right.
But, you know, the real crazy thing is I knew he was a blessing to me. His name is Coach Collins, by the way. And, I knew he was a blessing to me when my mom let him handle me at school. You know what I mean? And she was like, Marcus, I ain't got time. You know, my mom was a single mother. She worked her ass off. I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that. But yeah, she worked her butt off. So it's like, man, like, my mom didn't have time to put up with just me. I was the youngest out of 3. So it's like, you know, you gotta find a niche. And, you know, me just playing basketball, man, I'd have to get in the books. So, you know, I told my mom I would make sure I graduated, and that's what I did. And I didn't have no plans after college. I wanted to go to barber school, actually. That's what it was. I said, man, I'm just going to be a barber. And then my boy Aaron was like, man, just come to Coffeyville, man. You already got the scholarship. Yeah. You might as well just come.
Might as well.
Yeah, you ain't got to pay for nothing. Just come.
Right.
Me, I did it, and then the Coffeyville thing started. And pretty much that's just how the birth of New Hater started. And I didn't even think of it as entrepreneurship at the time, bro. I just thought of it as, like, me wanting something. Like, I always told myself, man, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to be the owner. Like, I want to be the dude in the meeting calling the shots. I don't want to be just sitting there. Like, I want to be that dude. So that's where it all pretty much started at.
Whoa. So I came in here thinking we was going to talk some business. My man giving us life lessons over here.
Man, you got to, because, like, it can be somebody right now thinking that, you know, hey, I got this line or I got this I want to do, but they ain't hearing nothing real. Like, you can go on YouTube and you hear everybody talking about you got to just work hard. Like, you got to tell people, what's these trials and tribulations of working hard? Right. Like, if you just tell me, if I just come in here and tell you, hey, bro, let's just go work hard today, you're going to be like, all right, like, what we working hard at? Like, you got to really break this down, because if you don't, a guy like me, I'm a visual learner. Like, you really got to paint a picture for me. And then I'm going to go and get the paintbrushes and all that for you. But, yeah, I just like to paint a picture because, I mean, some people out there learn like I do. Some people don't.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it kind of started as like a little thing, you know. When did you decide you wanted to take it to the next level?
Man, when I decided to leave Coffeyville, it was the end of my first year. I said, man, I'm about to take it and run with it. Because my boy, Sylvester Williams, he was one of my roommates too. And he said, bro, I'm about to commit to North Carolina. He said, bro, and I'm going to the league. He said, I think you should go be like an entrepreneur or something. He said, you don't even like playing for real. And I was like, you right. I don't like going to practice twice a day. I don't like getting up for weights. I was kind of lazy, but I loved it. But yeah, man, it was just when they all grew, I was like, man, I got to find a way to grow. Like, no matter what it was, I had to find a way to grow. Yeah. So that's what I did. And I went home and really, I started working at Stroud's restaurant, you know, and that's where I started first getting my little couple dollars at. And, you know, I went from job to job, and then I would get the side money because, you know, that's back when the day when rodeo was popping. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So me and my boy Tyler O'Quinn, we used to take backpack full of Mute Hater shirts, bro. Yeah. Bro, I'm passing them out while the girl twerking on him, bro. I'm trying to get a shirt off. Hey, bro, you got the 20 in your pocket? Here, I'll throw you this shirt right now. There like, that's the type of hustle we was on. Me, Tyler O'Quinn, Keenan, and EJ, that's the hustle we was on, bro. We was going to rodeo to kick it too, but we wasn't going to kick it until all the shirts was out of the backpack. And then we'd run outside, throw the backpack in the trunk, and run back in. We had the connection with the rodeo owner to where he was cool with what we was doing. And then DJ3, another great DJ here in Wichita. Right. Anybody that came in Wichita at the time, he would text me, hey, bro, make me a shirt in this color. I'm going to wear this color hat. Make me this shirt, and I'm going to put you in the background with this person. Yeah. Like, we met Future when Future came to Wichita, and he was just big for the same dang time. Yeah. That's what I don't think a lot of people realize. Like, he came to Wichita, and, like, I met him, but I didn't think Future at all. I think Future was going to be near as what he was.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot. A lot of people come through Wichita. We get them early on, and, like, before they hit that boom.
Uzi. Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
He just was in Wichita, bro. And I'm like,
50 Cent back in the day.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, yeah, they was at Central too.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, dang, like, we can't say we ain't never had nothing because we was getting it firsthand. Right. It was just how we was treating it. Mm-hmm. So it's, man, people got to do their homework when they think about that.
True that.
We done seen a lot.
True that. Now, are any of the people that were in the beginning stages still a part of the business? Or?
Man, everybody. Mm-hmm. I haven't lost one person. And the thing is, man, I say in the last 2 years, I probably haven't been as consistent, such as dropping every season. But when I do drop, bro, you can tell the support is still there because I don't have a problem selling a shirt. You know, I didn't make a dang website for 3 years, bro, and I was still selling shirts out of the back of the trunk or I remember one time, bro, my mom got so mad because, you know how neighbors probably think I was selling drugs or something because so many people was coming up and I'm handing them shirts. My mom was like, well, you better go tell them to meet you at the park or something. People gonna think you selling drugs or something. And I was like, yeah, you're right, Mom. So it became a time where I did just have to. I didn't want to be honest, I never wanted to make a website because I wanted to actually be in touch with the people. Because I wanted to know the people that was actually supporting my stuff. And I always wanted to be that dude talking about, man, I engage with the people that support me. That's the type of person I always wanted to be. So that's why I never tripped about websites. But even when I did do the website, I never had a problem with nothing selling, any of that. And it's just a blessing. And I don't even take that in a cocky way, bro. Because, like, every night I thank God for it. I be like, boy, like, man, it could be worse. Like, you know, I can be printing off 50 shirts and only get 5 of them off.
Right.
Man, I'd be having people from my mom's job buying stuff. You know, my mom and pops is probably my biggest supporters. They wear everything. And the crazy thing is, bro, she still got, like, the very first Mute Hater shirt I made.
That's dope.
And you can't take nothing out of her house because she don't play that. So
that's sentimental right there.
Dog, it for real is. So it's just been a blessing this whole road. Like, everything's been a blessing.
Yo, okay. Man, yeah, that original, the first one, that's going to be worth some money.
Oh, yeah.
Because this thing about to blow, right?
Most definitely, man.
So what you got next coming up for Mute Haters?
For Mute Haters, man, I just was talking to Tevin, you know, with Not Human, and I'm going to do a pop-up shop at the space station in the mall.
Okay.
I want to do it around either right at that Thanksgiving break time or right at that Christmas break time when everybody's home. You got family coming back to Wichita because I want everybody to get a taste of it. You know, because I'm going to drop some hoodies and some dad hats, but then I'm going to also drop like some limited shirts of these God Bless the Hustler shirts. You know, because that slang that I've been using, a lot of people ask, is this his own brand? But it's not. But you can put it that way. But I always made the shirt that say God Bless the Hustlers with the Mute Haters below it because I feel like, you know, God Bless the Hustlers should be at the top. And that's not just saying, people be thinking when they hear the word hustle, they think of drug dealing and all that. I be telling people, man, hustle can be anything. If you going to McDonald's flipping fries, that's your hustle. Love your hustle. That's how you pay your bills.
Right.
Don't let nobody discourage you of your hustle. If that's how you pay your bills, bro, that's how you do it. Like, don't.
That's right.
You just got to have confidence in it.
True that. Okay. So now, let's segue, because Mute Haters is not your only business venture.
No.
Talk about what else you have going on.
Thrive Sports. Thrive Sports Management is a sports agency management that I've just launched this year. But the thing is, I've been working in the sports management business probably like the last 4 years with Maurice Evans. That's my idol. I mean, that's probably who I learned so much from, you know. I first started when he retired out of the league about 2014. He was like, man, you know, I'm finna hop in the agency game. You know, he said, I'm looking for some young guys. And now remind you, I went to school with all these young guys that's blowing up on ESPN, being the draftable guys. And I said, dang, Mo, that's easy for me. All I gotta do is call these dudes. I text them every day. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, yeah. He said, you can call me, put him on the phone right now? I said, yes, dog. And then so I made a couple calls, got three-way going. He was like, man, we need to do this. Like, let's go. You got the keys right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, I just got to teach you and teach you the game and all this. And at that time, that's when the NBA was in the lockout. You know, remember they locked out and then they started back playing on Christmas. Well, you know, Mo was negotiating that deal. So I was really learning everything about
between the owners and the players union.
Yes, I'm learning everything that's about to happen for the next 4 years, such as contracting wise. So how all these NBA players are getting the new deals now, I learned that when negotiation was going on. So that's kind of put me ahead of my time already. Now moving over to the NFL side, I had to learn that, but it's really the same game. If anything, NBA, they much more free. They get more of their money. Absolutely. Their money's guaranteed.
Absolutely.
So it was just like God put me in a position to where I was like, man, I'm learning ahead of my time. So I can't complain. And the thing I've always done, man, is I've always Snapchatted, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. I've always showed this stuff because I always told myself, people need to see this. People gonna have to see me going from first selling a couple shirts at rodeo to today now about to do a pop-up shop in the mall to next time you might see me, I might be out in LA somewhere with some guys on with Wiz Khalifa or somebody with the shirt on, something like that. Like I always thought that people should see the process, because if people don't see the process, man, they're not gonna believe. Like it's easy to make $1 million, then come back talk about, you just gotta go hard. Go hard at what, dog? Like you gonna get some lessons out?
So you want to document it?
Yeah.
You want the story documented? That's dope. Okay. I'm gonna ask you this question. It's a little bit of a sidebar. It's a sidebar because you're talking about that lockdown season, and people are very critical of Sam Presti, the general manager in Oklahoma City, and they say, man, Sam Presti had Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, all on the same team. What's your thoughts about that? How you let them get away?
Man, another thing you got to think about is ego is something else. Your ego get in the way of a lot of things. James Harden, for instance. James Harden was playing the great position coming off the bench. But you don't think that man believed in himself to where he thought that, man, I can lead a team to do this? Like, you don't think that was something in his mind? Or it could have been like, when you got a bunch of stars on one team, everybody's not going to be happy. It's nearly impossible. I mean, we seen the great duo of Shaq and Kobe. One of the best duos we'll probably see. But you see what happened. It fell apart. So, I mean, that's tough. Because it's like, the Durant move to me was shocking. I thought it was fake news when I saw it. Because I first seen it on Facebook. I said, it's somebody just making another post. Like, bro, it took me a minute to sink in on it. Now, the Harden move, I mean, I'm trying to think. Who did they even trade for Harden? Or did Harden just go to free agency?
I think they traded him.
I mean, they must have traded him for some bag of chips or something, because I don't remember nobody going back to OKC.
Oh, it was Kevin, I think his name, I forget, light-skinned brother. He's a shooting guard.
Kevin Martin. That's who it was, Kevin Martin. Yeah, okay.
So, and this is the angle I looked at it from. They had two scores in Westbrook and Durant, and it was the option of, well, do I need another guard or should we keep Serge Ibaka? I think it ultimately came down to, well, we got two great scorers. Let's get somebody in the middle. I think it came down to that. Plus, different salary cap there too. So
yeah, that's one thing, boy. Yeah, everybody gotta get paid.
Okay, so that was my sidebar. Now, sports, sports management, sports agency, that's some dope stuff right there. So that means you messing with some high profile names. You dropped one earlier. Can you drop some more?
Well, my plan is right now, of course, I got some rookie guys that'll be entering the 2018 draft that I'm definitely looking into signing. I can't release their names yet because they haven't, that paperwork ain't done yet. So
okay.
But such as the vets, my close friend John Brown, Arizona Cardinals, is one guy that
you posted a picture with him, right?
That's my guy, man, from day one. We've always kept that great relationship, brotherly love, to where doing business now is no problem. You know what I mean? Not a problem. My buddy Sylvester Williams, he, just a great guy that I can always go to about anything, such as if I need to know, hey, bro, how do this go? Like, since he was in the position, I always ask him, man, how does this go? And he always give me the best advice. And another thing is, I mean, I grew up, my best friend growing up was Joe Randall. Well, is Joe Randall still. But, it's that's a guy that definitely I pray for every day, and I still love the guy to death, man. And, and probably one of the greatest athletes to come out, you know. And I think a lot of things he was judged on a way that wasn't really him, you know. When you get in a certain lifestyle, things change. Sometimes you don't know how to adapt to them. So, I mean, sometimes it's all gone in the blink of an eye. Yeah. And that's how crazy things can get when you climbing up that ladder, you know, and you know, you just reap what you sow, really. But man, I think Joe. The problem with me watching Dallas today, I'm gonna be honest. There was a 21 before this 21.
Right.
Dallas has one of the greatest offensive lines. You can put my daughter back there right now. She will score some touchdowns. The offensive line is great. So, you know, I think Joe didn't get much respect as he got, and I think some things didn't go the way they were supposed to. But I still think that. That's the real 21 in my head.
Man, that's for real. Yeah. This could be a little personal. I'm gonna ask if you go back and give him some advice, what would you say?
Slow down. And I would only say that because you know, I lived with Joe for dang near a year in Dallas. And you know, sometimes Joe was handling things that he just didn't have time for, you know. That man, he was a praying man. Joe was never a violent dude, never a dude to disrespect anybody or any of that. If anything, man, I seen this man help out so many people. And that's the side of Joe you'll never hear about. You'll never see them report that, post that. I've seen Joe help people such as friends that probably ain't even talked to him in a long time, but helping out with electric bills, I mean, rents. I mean, I've seen Joe help out a lot of people. And I say that because I'm sitting there right with him when he like, hey, bro, can you send this through Walmart so what's the name can get this so he can go pay his bill? And that was stuff I was telling him, hey, bro, you know, you can't help everybody, you know, and I personally think the time when he stopped helping everybody turned against him. It's like they remembered when they don't remember, I mean, when he was helping. You know, but the second he said no or I can't do it right now, oh, bro, they went the other way on him. I've seen that man do it, dog. Like he's helped me out personally. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about, like to where it was a time where he was like, "Hey, bro, go on there and get your son the newest Jordans right now on my Nike card." Like stuff like that, man. That's stuff like that. It's not even the point of it being Jordan or. It can be goddamn Puma. It's just the thought of if you got a guy standing next to you that's worried about what your son has for Christmas coming up, that's a great friend. That's he's worried about you more than what you think. And, he made sure I was at the Dallas games, man. Any Dallas game I wanted to go to, all I had to do was shoot a text and tell him the date. So, man, I love that man to death. I was at his court dates. I still try to keep contact with him all I can. So my love for Joe never changed because he opened the door for me to so many ways. Introduced me to Erykah Badu one night. I was with Dave Chappelle that same night. I mean, I was kicking it with Dez Bryant. Joe opened up a way to where when everything gets straight with Joe and he's back to Joe, bro, I'm going to have an opportunity for Joe, like, hey, here you go. Because I know what that man has done and I know what he's capable of still doing.
Man, that's a side that I've never heard.
Yeah.
That's a story that's coming. And there's not rehearsed. That came off the top. I didn't expect that. But man.
Yeah, man, we freestyling, man. This is just something we hopped in the room and said, let's do it.
That's raw. Okay. Wow. I don't even know where to go from there. That's heavy stuff right there. It's heavy. So sports agency.
Yeah.
Where do you see this being in about 5 years?
Man, I think I'm gonna be a threat to a lot of agents.
Why do you think that?
Because the game right now in the sports agency and what a lot of people don't know, there's probably about 3 or 4 agents that almost control every NFL player. Like there's literally one agent that has about 94 clients. And my thing is, bro, I'm not going to say our guys are not educated, but sometimes, like I said, with Joe slowing down, sometimes our guys need to slow down. All black athletes. You got to slow down and you got to really know what's going on out here, such as financial wise. If you look at the stats or if you just Google it, right now, and they say, within 5 years, all guys go broke. I mean, we talking about guys that get $90 million contracts, $10 million contracts, $3 million contracts.
Let's educate the people for a little bit because NFL contracts are not guaranteed.
Yeah, they're not.
What? So from what I know is the signing bonus is guaranteed.
You get that up front. So, but say for instance, we're going to use Ezekiel.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott got probably the most paid rookie contract deal right now. His contract is like $21 million, and he gets guaranteed like $19 million. That hasn't happened in forever. So for this man, and we see what he's going through right now.
Right.
But and it's crazy because it's like, okay, what you got to know about 401ks. You got to know about what are you investing in. Are you going to focus on just that one income? I mean, NFL guys' life in NFL, they say is about 5 years. But you see NBA guys playing for 10, 12 years, but their money is well in their pockets because it's all guaranteed. So I would say most NFL guys don't really pay attention to such as what they have outside of football. What do you have if football was to end today? That's what I always ask guys. What do you if football was to end today, man? What do you have? Yeah, you got money in the bank, but what job do you have to look at? What responsibility other than your kids? What occupation do you have? What's going to come in still? What check is going to get dropped off in your mailbox? Most guys will tell you nothing because they haven't took that time. That they think that, oh yeah, man, I just got 17 mil, 4 years, I'm good. You good? They can release you at the end of this year.
Right.
And that means they probably just paid you for that 1 year, and whatever they guaranteed you, they can just throw it at you. Like, all right, here. All right, get out of here. You're released.
Right.
Like, what goes on after that? So these guys, what me and my team is, man, we're focusing on not only what's after, but what's for right now. Is your mom straight? It's a lot of franchises out there you can invest in or even own. You can start owning these franchises. Dunkin' Donuts, Wingstop. We see Rick Ross killing it.
Right.
And you think Rick Ross had a plan? I'm pretty sure somebody grabbed him. Hey, Ross, bro, you making all this money right now. Let's find a way to keep this money going. He just bought Checkers. He just told him that Pizza Hut is the next thing you want to invest in.
Yeah,
like,
he has some rolling papers for a little bit. I think he cut that. But yeah, But
the thing is though, like, if they gave you a $17 million contract right now, but you had no plan, you don't have $17 million, bro.
Right.
All you just got is because first thing, if you ask somebody, man, if I gave you $1 million right now, what would you do? Oh man, I'm going to go buy a house, a car, this or that. No, bro, you can't do that. And I had to educate myself on that because I used to blow money a lot. I used to go out there and my mom used to tell me, man, you high maintenance. Like, I used to go out there and have to get the most expensive thing. I remember my mom's birthday, I bought her like one of the most expensive watches at the time, and she was pissed. And I'm like, what? On her birthday, bro. This is his birthday.
Yeah.
And she said, that ain't what it's about. She said, that's you got to learn that. And I had to learn that the hard way. But the thing is, though, like, you got to just have a plan with your money, man, because if not, you won't have it for long. Why do you think the rich are staying rich? Warren Buffett ain't out there. Warren Buffett can buy anything in the world right now. How many times do you see Warren Buffett buying up everything? That man's still working every day. Like, you got to keep that. You just got to keep that hunger even when you get it. And that's probably the hardest thing for some people to do. But, I mean, it's just something that you have to do, and you have to have a plan. And you want to surround yourself with great people, not with just the yes man. Yes man will put you in debt.
Man.
Because,
oh, yeah, that's dope.
Dog,
do that.
Man, I remember.
Yo, do that.
I remember times.
I'm going to be right next to you, passenger seat, shotgun.
Go get that. Dog, I bought a BMW. It was probably the dumbest idea I bought. Thing I did. It was a 2011 BMW. And man, everybody else like, yeah, sign the papers.
You gonna kill him.
Yeah, you gonna kill him. Bro, the BMW goes, I sell it, and then next thing you know, I'm like, where all these fools go? Like, I ain't riding BMW no more. Where these fools go? And then, bro, it's kind of like the club thing. It's like, you throw a party at a club or something. Nobody really hits you up when you post it at first, but let that date get closer or that day of. Oh, bro, you gonna let me in tonight? You got me?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, dog, it's free before 11. You can't. Like,
oh man.
And so it's just you can really compare this to everyday life, dog. Like, for real.
You as the agent, do you help with those outside revenue, second source of income?
That's my main thing. I have an attorney in my team, and he handles the actual NFL contract. I care about the NFL contract. I'm not going to say I don't, but my main concern is everything off the field. I remember in 2015, I went down to Cash Money Studios with Maurice Evans, and Cash Money signed Mike Evans when Mike Evans came out. And see, we were trying to negotiate, and Clee Anthony Early, he went down there and visit Birdman as well. I was doing some work with that. And it's like it's not about who they represented in the past. It's about your situation. You got to think about you, because say if you don't make it, what you gonna walk around and say? Well, my agent was the same dude as Michael Vick, or you know who it is. So it's just if you wake these guys up before they get into this system, you'll be good. But if you let these guys go into this system and just run around, like bro, you'll meet an agent Tim Duncan said it the best. His financial advisor / agent all of a sudden missed $30 million of his money. Tim Duncan, one of the greatest power forwards, missed $30 million of his money?
Right.
That is crazy. How does that happen? And it's just stuff. It's all types of stories, you know?
Like, that's some MC Hammer type ish.
Yeah, like your money's just gone.
Right.
That's it. It's an ugly situation, because you could also lose a guy quick.
Yeah.
You can lose a guy as quick as you signed him.
Man, this is deep stuff. This is heavy stuff. It's real life stuff though, and I'm glad you stopped through to talk about it. We could go on for a long time because I kind of get nerdy with stuff like that.
No, that's all good.
And but we gonna wrap it up. What do you have going on in the near future? Anything you want to plug?
Well, the pop-up shop is definitely something that we're about to get going. Me and Tevin at Space Station. I'm gonna have the pop-up shop there, and right now, I'm just working on getting ready for the NFL draft. I'm going to go down to Dallas and actually go to the draft. So that's going to be a great experience.
What's that, April?
Yeah, and it's in Dallas. So, everybody in Wichita loves Dallas. So,
shoot right down there.
Man, and just having the experience. Like, I was at the Super Bowl last year, probably the greatest experience of my life. Greatest experience of my life. In the club with Rick Ross and all them guys. I ain't got money like them, but, I was watching. But, I would say the pop-up shop come in and really, man, just about to really go hard on this Thrive Sports, man. Like, I'm really about to, and I really want to wake the city up on a bunch of things that I'm doing, because I feel like I want to give back opportunity, and it's going to be a definitely great way to get it done.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuning into another episode of Vibe Wichita. Marcus, Mr. Mute Haters Tuggle in the building. I'm your man, LT. It's Vibe Wichita.